Goddamn.
Man, what is going on, everybody? Goddamn is right, as we are back. We are back, man, with another edition of NHP, another edition of Unscripted, man. This is episode 218 of Unscripted, and if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know how the show works, every Monday we're on here after Monday Night Raw with Unscripted, and every Friday at 4 p.m. Central we are on here with the news, man. If you guys did miss this past Friday's edition of the news, Jimmy Jacobs departs from AEW as farewell tour plans have been put in place, or were put in place before the injury for the phenomenal AJ Styles, man. That is episode 236 of the news. And if you guys did miss that, that is available for you guys on all platforms. That is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And if you want to see it first, join us right here live every Friday at 4 p.m. Central with the news, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, where you can get the brand new shirt to go along with the rebrand of the podcast, man. Bonfire.com right now. It is available. There you get the next chapter design of the next chapter design for NHP, man. So, with that, like I said, that is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video. And, yes, this is the design that is available for you guys, man. So, with that, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very podcast. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How the hell are you, man? How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Just been chilling, man. Been pretty normal. Just waiting for Full Gear and Survivor Series weekend, man. Been pretty normal lately, man. Been pretty normal, but I've been good. Like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everyone doing in a live chat? How's anyone doing in the replay? And what about you, bro? How are you doing?
Doing good. I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. Just chilling, bro. Just chilling. Obviously, we're about to get into an interesting month of November. Dang, dude.
I thought you were about to say
Oh,
Dynamite.
I was gonna say, what the fuck is happening in November?
I thought you were about to say Dynamite.
Listen, man, I got like a solid 30 more seconds before I even utter that name. So I'm gonna enjoy it while it's here. But
Mhm.
you're about to get into an interesting month of November. Obviously, it's the birthday month, so it's turning 23. That feels weird.
Oh yeah, dude. You gonna do stuff?
I don't know about all that, but
Like,
um, but got the birthday month coming up, multiple birthdays coming up. I mean, a lot of fucking birthdays coming up, man. A lot of Scorpios, and then not too far after my birthday, you got this guy here who's he's just chomping at the bits to hurry things up nowadays. But but
fuck, man.
but no, it's an exciting time, man. Obviously, getting into the month of November and getting just that Survivor Series itch again. That Survivor Series itch is coming back, getting back to Survivor Series season. And yeah, man, it's crazy to think that around this time last year we were probably like just getting our tickets for
I
Survivor
know.
Series. So it's
Crazy, dude.
it really is, man. It really is. So obviously, we're obviously getting into that whole season, War Games season and stuff, and Christmas season, which is obviously my favorite holiday. So all that good stuff, bro. And yeah, I mean that's basically about it, bro. Just getting into the later half of the year. And yeah, it's been an interesting year, to say the least, man. It's been a very interesting year, but as Durante always asks, I'm good, family's good. What about you, Durante? Logan, Bell, naysayers. How are you guys doing? And thank you guys for joining us as always, as well as my guys in the Replay Mafia, my boys JT and JB. How are you guys doing? And thank you guys as always for joining us, man. As well, I guess I've prolonged it long enough. I really tried to drag it on. Side note, I think that was the quickest we got done with the intro for sure.
I think so.
I've dragged it on for long enough, and it is time. I never thought seeing that logo would cause so much distress. Let me go ahead and crack open my C4, so pardon me. Just so I don't fall asleep while talking about the show, because I certainly want to fucking fall asleep watching it.
I usually do.
AEW Dynamite. Oh, brother. Oh. Wow. Fucking wow.
It's show, man. Way to fuck. Did it again. They did it again.
This is twice, back-to-back weeks, that AEW Dynamite is one of the most abysmal, nonsensical shows that I've ever seen. The coolest thing to come out of AEW this week was Mauro fucking Ranallo doing the B-rolls for AEW Dynamite this upcoming week and for Fright Night Dynamite on Maple Leaf Pro. That has been the most exciting thing to come out of AEW this week, was Mauro Ranallo doing the rundown of the fucking show.
Literally.
All right. So your October 16th episode of Dynamite. This took place from San Jose, California, as Jimmy Jacobs is gone. So was this the generational Dynamite that everybody said it was going to be, because the problem has been ridden away? I'll tell you what, it was fucking generational, but it was not generational because it had anything to do with being good. Oh, Lord. The show opens up with Jon Moxley, and they're doing one of their promos. Mind you, this is the Dynamite. When was Wrestle Dream again? Was that October 12th?
This is the Dynamite after Wrestle Dream.
Right. Okay. Just making sure. This was the Dynamite after Wrestle Dream. The show opens up with a video promo. I don't know why this couldn't have been a live promo by Jon Moxley, being that he just fucking won the AEW championship. But okay. Jon Moxley says somebody's got to be responsible. Things get out of control. Somebody's got to be responsible when things get out of control, so I will be responsible. People think they know what motivates me. They don't know anything. I have a dream of a land of opportunity. We'll get back to that. I have a dream of a land of opportunity where people come to AEW and they can be the best versions of themselves. 150 wrestlers, fat paychecks, and they have their junk in their hands. You ain't lying.
You ain't fucking lying.
You know, I think this is why people resonate with Jon Moxley. He's been on a streak of telling the truth about AEW.
Bro, this man keeps it real no matter what. And Tony Khan still loves him.
Thankfully.
Thank God.
150 wrestlers, fat paychecks, and they have their junk in their hands. He says he hates what AEW has become. Egos out of control. He says he's not sentimental. He will burn the entire forest down to plant a new one. He says we can see a future, and they're going to make it happen. And if you want to come with us, you could come with us. and if you don't, run while you can and stand down while you can. Get out of the way. What is the new paradigm in AEW? He asks. And then he says, "You work for me now." So they're driving in the back of the truck with Claudio driving, obviously. Um, we are getting a Wrestle Dream transition as if this took place after Wrestle Dream, but Mox was not sweating and he had a shirt on. So right there, what you told me, just off that little detail, is that when they hightailed it out of the arena, they did not hightail it. What you told me is they hightailed it to the shower. Jon Moxley took his time, took a shower, wiped the sweat off, put his shirt on, and then they went and filmed the promo. So I guess Pac was just standing in the fucking shower room holding holding the duffel bag to his chest as they all waited for Jon Moxley to shower up, wipe the sweat off, and get his shirt on, and then they figured they'd walk to the back because from what I remember at Wrestle Dream, Jon Moxley was not wrestling with a shirt on, and he did have a lot of sweat on his body. So small detail that was kind of like, okay.
Come on.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, clearly again, right there, you just told me that this took place hours after Wrestle Dream. Probably when all the fat marks got out of the parking lot. And yeah, so obviously, small little detail I would have liked for Jon Moxley to, maybe kind of, I would have at least liked for them to at least shoot it like it was directly after what happened and that they hightailed it out of the arena. Obviously, cool, cool little promo. He envisions a land of opportunity. That's funny. Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, was the WWE champion on the era of SmackDown that was referred to of the land of opportunity. The same SmackDown where the commissioner was Shane McMahon and the general manager was the guy he beat for the AEW championship, Daniel Bryan. So I thought that was interesting. I thought that little land of opportunity, because Shane McMahon in 2016 used to preach so much about how SmackDown was the land of opportunity, and that it was. So
It's true.
very interesting, very interesting. No, but these promos always hit. These promos always hit. They got that like eerie, like music playing in the background, and they're all just driving around a neighborhood, and it's just very dark and just very eerie vibe. But I like it. Obviously, I love these Moxley promos. Even when he was Dean Ambrose, he still cut banger promos. I mean, this guy's always been amazing on the mic, and again, that is coming from somebody that was not a fan of Dean Ambrose. So take it from me. But yeah, I thought this was awesome.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I love those openings from him. Again, there was that detail about him, doing something that, wrestling fans don't do, which, a shower, So
Yep,
it kind of, that was a detail that would have been nice to include, filmed it right after. But other than that, this was probably easily the best part of Dynamite. Those things always are so far. I like the vibe. I like how they do it. You just filming it in the bed of a pickup while they're driving. Thought that was cool as shit. And yeah, I always like these. These are easily the best part of Dynamite at this point.
for sure. Now the physical open to the show, I guess, was a in-ring promo from Adam Cole. Well, Sir K's favorite part of the promo came in the beginning. Adam Cole comes out and he says, "Who is ready for story time with?" Huh?
Mm-hmm.
You want to
No,
finish
oh,
it?
dude. Oh, no,
Who?
I'm okay.
Come on, man. Yo, that's your favorite
Dude,
line. What the fuck?
uh, dude, I hate that
Now
line
this
so
guy's not
much.
participating. Oh god, here we go. This
I
is
hate that
ridiculous.
line so much. I didn't even notice he actually said it on Wednesday. I just blocked it out of my mind that much, man.
Well, I thought you didn't pick it up because you're always ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby.
Or I might have just had my headphones in during that part of the promo. I
Oh,
have no
dude.
clue.
All right. Well, he says who's ready. Since Arcade doesn't want to do it, I'll have to finish the story. He said, who's ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby? He says, first and foremost, Roddy, Matt, and Mike. I love you guys, but I have to do this on my own.
That's it. That's all we get. That is the wrap up for the fuck. I was gonna call them the United Kingdom for the Undisputed Kingdom. That's the wrap up. That's the whole
That's it.
storyline. Entire wrap up is I love y'all, but I gotta do this. What?
MJF didn't even want. I don't even think he got any sort of lick back on them. I think it was just
No.
Adam Cole. I think he just gave him a brain buster while he was still injured, and that was it.
Called it a day.
Well, that's it, man. Adam Cole wiped his hands clean.
I wish I came to
Roddy.
wipe my hands clean with dynamite every week.
Oh, I'm getting there. Roddy, Matt, and Mike, I love you guys, but I have to do this on my own. He says, I didn't think about my recovery. He says, I did not think about my recovery and how happy I am to get back in the ring, but I don't think any, oh, my bad. He says, I would talk about my recovery and how happy I am to be back in the ring, but I don't think anyone wants to hear about that. Okay. Let me just read this thing, bro, because there's going to be like 50 million stops if I keep stopping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, he says, I don't think anyone wants to hear about that. But they do want me but what you guys do want me to talk about is MJF. That piece of crap. They want to hear me talk about MJF, and life is constantly filled with trying to choose right from wrong, good from evil, and sometimes you have to fight evil with evil. MJF will tell you I betrayed him for no reason and broke his trust. And I may be a lot of things, but stupid is not one of them. And if anyone thinks you should trust MJF, you're stupid. And I hate that I have to share a building with him. He says MGF. Yes, he called
That was
him
hilarious.
MGF. He says the
MGF.
MGF we see now is the real MJF. That's the one I seen behind closed doors, and if I could describe him with one word, it would be fake. I mean, look at his hair. It took 2 surgeries, but it's on his head. And his brash attitude. If anyone on here goes on social media and trashes MJF, he will act like you don't care. My bad. He will act like he doesn't care, but I swear to God, he will be curled up crying in his hotel room. He talks about how the locker room has the best wrestlers in the world. These guys are on the path. Adam Cole talks about how the AEW locker room has the best wrestlers in the world, and these guys are on the path to success. But MJF is only on the path of failure and loneliness. He says he hates MJF, and he knows that they're going to fight eventually, so he calls him out to fight. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Dog. Okay. So, you have to fight evil with evil. He never trusted him. You have to blur the lines. Everything's not black and white. When, at the time, this story went down and the whole, you know, best friend story, went down, the whole point of that story was Adam Cole used MJF. He was the first person that MJF, trust. so he can betray him to get to the world title. That was the story. How are you fighting evil with that story? The whole point of that story was, you know, MJF, he really isn't that much of a bad guy. He's kind of what the world made him, to be. That was kind of his defense mechanism, being a bad guy. But he can be a good guy, but he kind of has to be, because that's the way he sees the world. But you're just telling me, yeah, he's an asshole behind doors. Don't believe none of the sentimental things that happened, on screen.
He
He's
threw
just a
Adam Cole a
dickhead.
birthday party in the ring.
In the ring. I just negated the entire MJF character of the last 4 or 5 years. Just crushed everything he went through with Punk, everything he went through with Jericho, everything he went through with fucking everybody, all got killed right in that singular promo. It means nothing now. For what? For babyface Adam Cole versus heel MJF? The most generic shit ever. Who's it gonna do for anybody? Who's it gonna benefit? Is it really gonna benefit Adam Cole? No. He looks pointless already out there. Eh, Horrible, dude. I hate the direction they went with these two. I hate how they didn't keep any sort of consistency. And they literally just killed the whole MJF character in the span of the last few months, dude. It's very sad to see.
Okay. All right. So, the first thing he says is nobody wants to hear about my recovery. All they want to hear me talk about is the piece of crap that my life has constantly been filled with, MJF. Okay. He says, sometimes you have to fight evil with evil. That was your boy. He wasn't, in fact, he was the only person that he fought injured while Adam Cole got injured to defend the tag titles so they could still have the belts by the time Adam Cole came back. That's an evil guy? And let me refresh your guys' memory. The very first Bro Chacho hangout session we got was the one in the gym where MJF's being a piece of shit. He is being an asshole. This fucking fat guy comes walking past to do his set, and MJF starts making fun of him. He starts laughing at him. He starts, he starts just making jokes about the dude's weight. And over time, Adam Cole changed MJF and got him to stop being an asshole. And then, let me refresh your memory again and take you guys back to the video game. And I remember these off the dome. I didn't have to do any research because this shit was so good and it was such a pivotal part of the characters for these two men. And the pieces that it played in this story. Let me refresh your guys' memory to when they were playing video games. And MJF revealed to Adam Cole, hey, this is so fun when you have somebody to play the game with. And Adam Cole's like, you never had anybody to play a video game with? And MJF said no. Because everybody was always so fucking mean to him, and he would just have to combat that with being an asshole. But Adam Cole was able to let MJF take his guard down. He was able to soften him up a little bit. And now what you're trying to tell me is MJF was an asshole behind closed doors? We seen their meetings closed doors. We seen them hanging out closed doors. We seen them hanging out, in the hotel rooms or at the gym or at this place or that, or, at the fucking trampoline park. We seen these guys. We were on that ride for their friendship. And if anything, Adam Cole's the fucking asshole. This is why I don't understand. And again, this is just... okay, what else in here? MJF will tell you that I betrayed him for no reason and broke his trust. And I may be a lot of things, but stupid is not one of them. And anyone who thinks you should ever trust MJF is stupid. That is not a reason for why you betrayed him. because you can't trust him.
So you just did what he might have done to you? Like, where's the lot? What? That's not how that works.
How many times was MJF going to hit Adam Cole with that title, but genuinely didn't want to do it? He couldn't do it. He would start crying because he did not want to do that to him, because that was his friend. And you say that you can't trust MJF, so that's the reason you betrayed him for no reason. Okay. He starts talking about his hair. He starts talking about how MJF is fake, even though Adam Cole's the one stringing him along and having him be cool with him. And Adam Cole was the fucking fake friend. He was the one.
He was.
Come
That was
on,
the whole
man.
point. That he was the fake. He literally got a group to go against him, and one of the members of this group was an old, acquaintance of MJF, just to get at him, just to be a dick to him. That's the whole point.
I hate that I have to share a building with him, he says. Are you fucking serious?
That's what you rely to. I hate him. And that's it. That's all you give me.
I hate MJF, and I hate that MJF and I have to share a building together. Are you fucking kidding me right now? I hate we have to share a building together. Then get the fuck out. I mean,
Yeah,
could you go? Could you fucking go back to where were they at tonight for Raw? Could you head over to fucking Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, please? If you
please.
don't want to share a
Please.
building with the guy so bad, that's the dimension of storytelling we're going with. I hate that I have to share a building with him. What? What the fuck, man? Are you serious? What else is he saying here? He acts like he is all brash, but if anyone goes on social media and trashes him, I swear to God he'll be curled up crying in his hotel room. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What is
And
the...
that line is even dumber because that just proves that the whole point of the MJF character is that he's not actually a dick. It's just a defense mechanism. So you're just proving yourself wrong by saying that. Like,
countered everything you just uttered about a couple minutes ago in this promo. He's a real asshole behind doors. He's a real piece of shit. He's this, he's that. But, if you trash him on social media, it will get to him because, he does have a heart and he is human and it does hurt his feelings. So right fucking there, you just denounced everything you just told me. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, and that's I believe that is most of everything I wanted to dissect in this promo, at least from Adam Cole's part of the promo. Dude, this was absolutely one of the worst reasonings AEW could have possibly given for this story. Nothing that Adam Cole said resonated with me, not one bit.
no.
Everything he said was childish. It did not make sense. And again, he goes on in the promo to basically tell us that, yeah, what you guys tell MJF on social media does hurt his feelings because, like the Brochacho story told us, MJF was an asshole to cope and to defend himself because the whole MJF character, like Sir K said, is a product of what the world made him be.
That
Everything
was
you
the whole
just
point.
everything you just told me right there made absolutely no sense, and it was absolutely some of the that has got to be one of the worst reasonings for a major storyline that I've ever heard in my entire life. I've ever heard in my
Yeah.
entire life, bro. Absolutely ridiculous. This was absolutely ridiculous. And to think that last year people were complaining that Jimmy told Jay, "Well, I cost you the match at SummerSlam because I didn't want you to become the tribal chief because I didn't want you to turn out like Roman Reigns." People were upset with that reasoning. And if you were upset with that reasoning, what the fuck did you think of this? Because this was one of the most atrocious, I don't give a fuck autopilot reasonings for a major storyline I've ever seen in my entire life.
No, they literally just defected to "I don't like you." The most basic lame shit in the world you de facto to. This genuinely, dude, you should not have put these two back as opponents. If you changed, their characters the way you did in the time they were, off TV, they should have came back to TV in totally different roles because this
Mm-hmm.
is insane.
100%. And this is why I would love something of a brand split for AEW, because you would actually be able to separate these guys and
Mm-hmm.
and actually, get away with it. But even at that, they got away with splitting Adam Cole and the Young Bucks up. Remember when the Undisputed Era or Adam Cole and Red Dragon attacked the Elite
Crazy.
and we
And
never
never brought
seen
it up.
them, never even heard a mention of that ever again?
Never brought it up ever again. Like, dog.
Not to mention, Adam Cole says, "Roddy, Matt, and Mike, I love you guys. I have to do this on my own." There was another guy in the group. Um, so is he just not in? Did we
Coming
just?
back to that group, or what the fuck is the deal?
You know what? At that point, don't even bring him back. I'm done.
No,
I'm
I'm not.
tired. I love Wardlow, but you have shown me, you have given me no faith
No,
with the booking of Wardlow. Please keep him on the shelf. Please keep him on the shelf. And when it's time to take him off the shelf, put him in bubble wrap and fucking ship him out, because he needs to go. He needs to go. Enough is enough. I understand a lot of personal stuff has happened to Wardlow. I know he got in a car crash earlier this year. Um,
mhm,
and I hope he's all good from that. But at this point, man, you're not even going to bring him up as a part of the Undisputed Kingdom. Please, just don't even bring him back. I don't even want to see him. I don't even want to.
no,
The next time I want to see Wardlow, I want to see Wardlow on Raw, or I want to see him on SmackDown, being this next similar to this next generation's version of Batista. And I think Triple H is going to do a great job with him. That's for a different day, though. But we're going to be celebrating. We are going to be popping C4s and Pepsis all fucking night long when Wardlow gets shipped out to WWE, because you're not even going to bring him up here to tie up your already half-ass tie up. You're not even going to tie him in here. Don't even bring him back. I'm telling you right now, I
no.
don't want to see him. I don't want to hear that god-awful theme song. I don't want to see him with his short hair. I don't want to see him with your abysmal booking. I don't want to see him. You can have him. Keep him and
Mm.
send him to WWE when the time is right, and he's going to be a fucking star. Man, this was awful. This was fucking awful.
Awful. Absolute dog shit, dude. Absolute murder of their own storyline. And like you said, dude, Wardlow, don't bring him back. Just let him go, man. Let him go. Even though with all these injuries, if he goes to WWE, he'll get that time added on. It's how Tony Khan does things nowadays. So it'll be a while, but when that day finally comes, man, I'll be popping a Starbucks triple shot for that man's honor.
100%. MJF plays on the video screen. We get another Wrestle Dream transition, as if this happened at Wrestle Dream, like he didn't come back at Wrestle Dream. Okay. MJF is on the video. He says, "Hey, bro, Chacho." He says, "I learned a lot in this business. Uh, through the maturity, loss, and gain, a lot of gain. And at 28, as a multi-millionaire, there has been a lot of gain. And I learned that there is no such thing as trust in this business. A lot of jackals looking for you to trip so they can chew you up and spit you out. Then I met you, Adam. You came into my life, tricked me, tricked me to let my guard down, and then you stabbed me in the back, and you made me pay. For that, leaving a void in me forever because of you. Because of you working over my trust. It will never happen again. The man I am today is not my fault. It's yours. And yet these and yet there he is. It's yours, and yet there you stand. I'll leave you with a void. uh I know you want nothing more than to beat me within an inch of my life, and it's not gonna happen. You'll never get me inside of a ring, and I will keep dangling revenge right over your face, and you will die with a void of unfulfilled vengeance, and with your sad, unfulfilled life, you can thank me later. Adam Cole says, I know you better than anybody, and I mean this with everything in my being. You can run, but you cannot hide, and when I get my hands on you, I will give you the ass beating of a lifetime. You already turned on him. Shouldn't MJF be the one wanting to get his lick back? Why is MJF the one running away? Because he wants to leave Adam Cole with an unfulfilled void. And he even says in here, you made me pay for letting my guard down. So shouldn't MJF want to make Adam Cole pay in return?
Yeah. What? Why is he coming after him? What? It makes no fucking sense, dude. It doesn't make an ounce of sense. The whole thing is contradictory. The whole thing. The fact that they came back and put these two acts together again is the dumbest thing they could have ever done, dude. It doesn't make an ounce of sense at all.
Nope.
Even during that promo, Adam Cole was talking about, oh, I know MJF like no one else. But right after that, he calls him out to a match right there and then. You know he's not going to accept that. So why would you do that if you know him like anybody else? I don't even know him like that, and I know he won't do that. Dumbest shit ever, dude. Complete butcher of their characters and storyline.
MJF should have 1,000% have stayed a babyface. This makes no sense for his character. This makes absolutely no sense for his character to go back to being a heel. And if the rumors are true, and this man just didn't want to be a babyface, then what the fuck are we doing? That is not a good excuse.
No. And for a guy that claims he's the future and that no one can do it like him, if you just simply don't want to turn babyface, you won't be the future. But dude, you gotta evolve, you gotta change, you gotta adapt. If you can't do that, you're gonna fail, dude. Look at Eric Bischoff. Dude thought the NWO storyline was gonna keep him in business forever. If you think doing the same shit will keep you in business forever, then you're fucked.
100%. That's a great example. And again, it really goes to show, man. I mean, don't tell me you didn't want to be a babyface because it didn't make sense, because it made all the sense in the world. It made all the sense in the world for MJF to turn into a babyface. The people loved him because Adam Cole treated him wrong, and everybody got on his side and was coping with him on that. And you don't want to be a babyface because of what? And nobody talks about this. Nobody talks about how nonsensical it was for him to turn back into a heel. No, nobody talked about that. And it's not even just the excuse of, oh, the fans loved him, because everybody likes to use that as an excuse for why people should be babyface and whatnot. Oh, the fans loved him. Yes, the fans did love MJF, but even if they didn't fucking love him, it made sense through the story. Like, I see a lot of people saying that with Adam Cole. Well, they couldn't bring Adam Cole back as a babyface anyway. They're gonna cheer him. I don't give a fuck. If you put him there against MJF, the fans are gonna remember what Adam Cole did to him, and it's going to make them boo Adam Cole. And guess what? There's fucking heels that get cheered all the time. Look at the biggest name that the business has to offer: Roman fucking Reigns. Look at The Rock. The Rock. The Rock, the final boss character, is a heel. He still gets cheered every time he comes out. And guess what he does? He goes out there and he still calls the motherfuckers trailer trash. I mean, he's not out there, oh, they're cheering me, so I gotta play along and be, good old jolly Rocky. Like, that
That's not
is
how
that is the dumbest excuse that wrestling fans make for why people should be a babyface. Oh, the fans love them.
okay. That makes a heel even better. When the fans love him and he don't give a fuck. That's greatness right there. Like, dog. Makes no sense, dude. Makes no fucking sense.
If you told the story properly, the fans would have booed Adam Cole. Of course, they were going to cheer him when he first came back.
How
And
that work?
you did. You did tell the story properly. And then he came back. And you decided to throw everything, all those hours of content, all those moments, the double clothesline, when they accidentally drunk all the fucking liquor in the Chinese restaurant thinking it was water, when they went to the trampoline park, when they went to play the video games, when they went to go to the gym together, when they did all that shit, they main evented all in together. They did all that shit, you threw it down the drain. You threw it down the
Mhm.
drain because one of your top guys doesn't want to be a babyface. Why? Is it
That's
because a babyface is harder to play? So what you're telling me is you just want the easy role? It, even though it made sense and the people were behind him.
it.
And MJF
Well,
was the perfect babyface to the point where he didn't even have to be white meat. All
no, he
he
didn't.
literally told him when he came back, I appreciate you guys, but look, I gotta be a scumbag.
It's just who I am. And it's who he is. But he could have, like,
Come
I
on,
don't get it.
man.
I don't understand. Like, he could have not trusted, through Adam Cole's, betrayal, not trusted anybody on the roster. Not me, no goody two shoes fucking guy, but not a bad guy. You could be that. Apparently, you can't.
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I am sympathetic for MJF here. And guess what
Oh
this
yeah.
does for Adam Cole? It makes him look worse.
Oh, it looks horrible, dude. This is probably the worst Adam Cole I've ever seen.
I've
First of
never,
all,
man. Go ahead, go ahead.
I'm not a big baby face Adam Cole guy anyway. He's too catchphrase heavy when he does this, and he's just one of those guys I think always will work better as a heel. Again, not saying he can never be one, because if a story warrants it, it can work. But here, it does the exact opposite. It makes the whole act meaningless and horrible.
What a fucking joke. What a joke. And this man, I never envisioned Adam Cole, the same guy that people were saying was the next Shawn Michaels. Shawn
Hmm.
Michaels.
Like this.
I would have never guessed he would have been in this state of disarray in his career. This guy had
Dude,
it fucking made. He had it made. Dude, I get these
a lot
guys.
of people
Man,
that
go ahead.
love
What are you saying?
Black and Gold 2018 NXT put
Mm-hmm.
him as their favorite NXT champ.
Yeah,
Personally, I'll always put Champ up. That's just how it is. But
yeah,
most people actually do put Adam Cole as that. That's how good he was, and that's how fucking man. Yeah.
yeah. Forget about 2018, bro. To this day, people still people still call him the greatest NXT champion of all time, dude. His body of work during that run was unparalleled. And again, I'm definitely sitting with Sir Can this one.
Champ, right?
Adam Cole's definitely top 5.
Oh yeah.
But for me, it would take it would take a little more thinking to flesh out maybe a top 5 for you guys. But I know for sure my favorite NXT champion is Tommaso Ciampa, with number 2 being Bobby Roode. But Adam Cole's up there. Adam Cole had a
Yeah,
tremendous title reign.
he was
Um,
phenomenal. And look
eh,
what you did.
look
I,
what you fucking did, Tony. Leave it to
can't say
Tony
that.
Khan to fuck up Adam Cole.
What can he fuck up, dude? It's fucking fucked up. He fucked up the MJ. He fucked up MJF. He fucked up Adam Cole. He fucked up everything. Literally everything. You CM Punk. He fucked up CM Punk. Crazy.
How many
Crazy.
times? How many times is he gonna fuck up? Again and again and again. Come on, man. This is ridiculous, bro. This is fucking ridiculous. This is a joke. This storyline's a joke. This fucking run is a joke. Adam Cole's run in AEW is a complete and utter failure.
Oh, yeah.
MJF's heel run is a joke. It
Mhm.
is. It's a joke. It makes none of this makes any sense. No, you are just spitting in all of your fans' faces who cared about this storyline. And to think that last summer this storyline was AEW's version of the Bloodline story and the Bloodline, saga and the just the story behind the Bloodline. To think that this was what AEW had to combat what the Bloodline was doing, boy, if you look at the parallels to these two stories 1 year later, it is sickening because the
It,
Bloodline has had tremendous television to this fucking day. And sure, does it die down at some times? Obviously, but it can't stay hot every week of every single year. But looking a year and a half later, where both of these stories are, the Bloodline story is the hottest on WWE television going into War Games. And this shit
mhm.
makes no sense. This shit
Yeah.
sucks. This shit is
Right.
embarrassing. And again, to think that this once upon a time rivaled what WWE was doing with the Bloodline story makes me fucking sick. It makes me sick. What a shit reason. And what a shit dynamic. Babyface Adam Cole and heel MJF. What a fucking joke. Can we get both of these guys in WWE, please? So there can be
Please.
some some connections in their characters, so there can be some sense, so there could be some camaraderie in the booking, please. What up, naysayers, bro? How are you doing, my
Hey,
man? Thank you for joining us.
how you doing, man?
Mark Briscoe challenges Chris Jericho to a ladder war next week
Mhm.
for the ROH title. More ROH on Dynamite. Are we going back to what? Are we going back to?
Dude, we had it good for a while where we didn't see almost any ROH shit, and now it's reverting back. Tony Khan always reverts back at some point.
Or at least if we did see some ROH on the show, like Mark Briscoe was showing up, and obviously he had the belt, but he wasn't like it wasn't playing into.
No,
He was doing AEW shit with the conglomeration. But I mean, at least he was doing AEW stuff. FTR versus the Learning Tree. I was ready to shit all over this match, to be honest, but apparently this was for some sort of to raise money for
yeah, it was.
the hurricane or something.
Yeah, it was to raise money for the hurricane. The one that Dax was, flexing on that he fucking donated to. So yeah, that's what it was for.
Well, they hit a shatter machine to Keith Lee or Brian
Yeah,
Keith. My bad.
yeah,
They hit a shatter machine to Brian Keith,
yeah, in my
and
life. That was nice too. I have to watch fucking FTR bald Barry Keith Lee. That would just be the end of it. I would just do it right there. I'd end it on a Wednesday night at like 7:45 probably.
yeah, I can't tell you how many times I always almost say that too because usually when I'm referring to Brian Keith in my notes I'll just put Keith, and every time I see
Oh,
Keith I just think of Keith Lee. So
God.
anyways, they hit a shatter machine to Brian Keith. Um it cuts to LFI, Drolistico, Roosh, and the Beast Mordas in the fucking back and Mordas is watching the TV screen growling. And this is coming from Tony Khan, who didn't like the broken gimmick because he didn't understand it.
Yeah.
So this
He, he didn't understand the broken gimmick, but he gets the Minotaur gimmick. Fucking Minotaur man. Just growling. Like,
he's looking at the TV screen and he's going, "Rrr."
like bro, think,
Come on, bro. You gotta be
yeah,
fucking
dog
kidding me.
shit. Fucking,
And then after this, the Outrunners come out and they shake hands with FTR. What was the point of this? You could have at least had LFI come out there and attack FTR and have the Outrunners save them. I mean, that wouldn't have made any sense in itself, but why the fuck did you trot the Outrunners out here? Why don't you just start putting them in the tag team division? What the fuck?
I mean,
Are
I don't
you
know. Tag team man. Tony Khan, this fuck. He loves matches so much. Can we just get them in a tag team match with somebody on Dynamite, please? At least this man has gotten me asking for a match. That's what we get anyway. So can we at least get one I want to see? I would like to actually, watch the Outrunners on
see
a
what they're
weekly
about?
basis. Yeah. Holy fuck, because I hate to break it to you. I'm not watching Rampage. I'm never
No.
watching Collision. Show me on Dynamite, the show that matters.
You want to put hologram on Dynamite that one week, but we still have yet to see the fucking Outrunners. MVP gives the Acclaimed a business card. So obviously here we see the first face-off with Shelton Benjamin and Max Caster. Cool, I guess. It didn't really go anywhere. They just kind of stared at each other. Mercedes Moné defeat Queen Aminata. This was a nothing match. He beat her with the statement maker. That was that.
Yeah,
No.
it's what a fail.
Yeah. So much for Jennifer Pepperman and her just uh barriers being broken down in the women's division that she's writing for. Mercedes Moné has this can go down as one of the biggest flops from a major signing in AEW history.
Oh yeah, they fucking flopped Mercedes. They flopped Sasha Banks. How?
WrestleMania 39, was that looking any more enticing for Mercedes around this time?
Should have just fucking went back, man. Fucking hell.
I mean, again, I don't know what she would have really done, but I mean, I know what she would have done around this year, around WrestleMania 40. She would have obviously been on Bayley's side, but
Oh, dude,
man,
this year we would 100% got a triple threat between Jade, Bianca, and her. That's 100% what we got at Mania. I already know it. I know how they work. That's what we'd be getting.
probably. The Young Bucks see Private Party in the back, and they thank Private Party for pushing them to their limits, but they're never getting title shots ever again. They walk away. Stokely tells Private Party, he tells them, why do they deserve a second chance when Stokely himself never gets one? He says, after all the times I've been screwed in AEW, you don't see any social media discourse for me. Yeah, you're right. You don't. This guy could be a tremendous manager, and Tony Khan does not fucking keep him with anybody longer than 3 months.
No, he was great with Jade Cargill, and then he just removed him.
No reason.
For no reason. He just did it. Just for no fucking reason. He's a great manager. He's a great person to have on your show, and they literally just do nothing with him 24/7.
Private Party tells him no, and he says, well, that's okay. I mean, we all know Isaiah is the single star here anyway. As obviously, I mean, don't even think about driving a wedge between these guys. I mean, do
Dude,
you really think a singles Isaiah Cassidy or Mark Quinn can fit in your already crowded singles men's division? I mean, come
who
on,
else
man.
was a guy that liked to just break up set tag teams for no reason? Who else did that?
You know, if I could
Hmm.
think correctly, back in 2017, that was the year of pointless tag team breakups because that certain guy did not see any money in tag team wrestling. And boy, clearly does Tony Khan not see any money in tag team wrestling either.
No, he literally only does singles men's. That's all Tony Khan can do.
The Elite give Kenny Omega a birthday cake. They dump intestines on it.
Hmm,
They make fun
like
of his
why?
they make fun of his surgery. Jack Perry says, "Get well soon or die. I don't care." Okada says, "Happy birthday, bitch." I'm assuming I took this as Kenny Omega's coming back in the next couple months, maybe.
I literally thought I think I saw on Twitter he said that he'll be back for what the fuck is the New Japan show called?
Wrestle
The new one?
Dynasty.
Yeah, he said he'll be back for that. So I'm assuming
Yeah.
between then and now at some point he'll be back. So
Yeah.
all I can hope is that he's actually fucking healthy.
I heard the Bucks will be working that show too, so maybe. Oh, you know what? I think I did hear Kenny Omega say he wanted to team with Hiroshi Tanahashi against the Bucks.
Yeah, I think that's
So
what they said they're gonna do. So
I could see that happening. Why they didn't just, map this out in a storyline, why they had to all announce it on random ass interviews, I have no idea. But okay. Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Rocky Romero.
I mean, conglomeration.
Oh yeah, that's right. The conglomeration. They're conglomerating together to fight the
Mm.
Elite. The conglomeration defeats the Elite by DQ because Wheeler Yuta starts jumping Orange Cassidy. Tony Schiavone then utters one of the most sad and abysmal lines I've ever heard on an AEW program. "Oh my god, why are they attacking the leader of AEW, Orange Cassidy?"
The
Get
leader,
the leader.
the leader. Bro,
Singular. The leader of AEW, Orange Cassidy. Which, funny enough, on Collision, Orange Cassidy says in a backstage segment he's not taking the leadership role against the Blackpool Combat Club.
oh yeah, well,
So
apparently that's because the story they're making is that he doesn't think he's cut out for the leadership role, but he will. He's not. He's not.
it's gonna
He's not
lead
cut
to
out for
Darby
him.
being the leader anyway. At least have OC try. And have big names try and fail and have it lead up to Darby fucking Allen. You just got this dude out here saying no? No.
Imagine if they still had that, semi overall babyface MJF actually try to defend AEW for once, but a heel returning Adam Cole distracts him and fucks him over, and he gets distracted with that. You
Wow.
could have tied that in perfectly. You could have tied everything in perfectly, but
Nope.
you
We
fucked it.
just no
You
no
fucked it
no
up.
no Sir K, because Tony just had to get his Face of America versus the Face of the United Kingdom match. Who do
No one
who
likes that man.
who sounds like who does that sound like it was booked by? Okay, let's cover that base first.
Oh, dude, every week I ask myself, is Vince McMahon booking Dynamite?
What a fucking joke. They're attacking the leader of AEW, Orange Cassidy.
Good lord.
The
When we
rest of
earn the
the rest of the Blackpool guys come out. Top Flight and Action Andretti come out here, and then the fucking Dark Order come to the save.
The Dork Order.
Oh. Okay. They're. You mean to tell me the company is being ransacked, is being taken under siege, if you will, by a bunch of guys that are just, again, running roughshod over the company. They're taking people out. They slayed the dragon once and for all, Bryan Danielson, in a heartbreaking moment to end Wrestle Dream. And you have Top Flight and Action Andretti and the Dark Order, the only fucking 6 guys to come out there to defend AEW's honor? What? Tony, what? How the fuck? How the fuck? How do you look at that? How do you look at that and say, the Blackpool Combat Club, they need to be stopped? Who do we send out there? Dark Order. Action Andretti. Oh, wow. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Well, are you serious? And then, of course, as if AEW couldn't get further in the fucking quicksand, this brawl turns into a meme. This brawl turns into a meme all over social media. Because what do Top Flight and Action Andretti start doing? They start doing springboard clotheslines and handspring fucking handspring springboard moves off the ropes.
They're in a brawl. They are fucking fighting. You're essentially having people get jumped. And to counter that, you have fucking Miles Morales jumping around, fucking bouncing off of shit. What?
You know, back when, we were in middle school, man, we bared witness to a lot of school fights, right? And there was one school fight in particular I remember. It was in the lunchroom, and this one dude did a handspring cutter off of the fucking lunch table, and he hit the other guy with it, and then he got back up and proceeded to do a os cutter off the door to said guy. That's what happened in that fight.
You have a brawl and you go and flip. Like, dog, I'm not even one of them guys that like, oh, these guys are flippy, but like, dog, this is a brawl. The whole point is that you got these guys jumping and you gotta counter them. If your boy is getting jumped, how do you defend him? Do you fucking cartwheel like fucking Ivar in front of the guy? No.
Come on, man.
You jump on him and start trying to beat him. It's
Could you imagine back in middle school, 2 motherfuckers are fighting right in front of the stage in the lunchroom, and one of the guys jumps on top of the fucking, you know how we had that auditorium and there was the big stage? Imagine one of the fucking guys gets up there and does one of those fucking Gargano apron flips off to the outside onto all the fucking security guards that we had in the fucking school and the kids that are they're trying to fucking separate them all. Let me just get on the stage and do a fucking front flip onto everybody. Come on, man.
You know what would happen in a real fight if you did that? You would land on the ground and instantly get beaten out in 2 seconds. Like, come on, dog. What are you doing? This is a brawl. You're supposed to be violent and genuine, and you're doing fucking flips. Like, dude, literally what happened, with Mox in that little segment where he fucking flipped on him and then he just hit him in the back of the head.
Yep.
That is what would happen. They would just fucking knock you down.
Like, what are you doing? Like, what? If
bro, you're not a winner, man.
if you're in a fucking brawl, if you're in a fucking fight, one of the most important things about a brawl or a fight is your footing.
Is keeping on your toes, because the second you go down, you're fucked. You lost. You're getting made fun of for at least 6 months. Like, come on, bro.
Imagine that. Imagine that, man. Two motherfuckers fighting in middle school, bro. Somebody jumps on top of the stage and does a fucking cross body onto the security guards and all the students. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? So if AEW couldn't get further into the quicksand, and trust me, we've seen a lot of cartoonish stuff in our middle school days. We've seen a lot of cartoonish stuff during fights. I remember one time um a girl getting hit with a hit in the fucking back of the head with a lunch tray, like she was fucking Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble 2023, and the fucking one chick was Sami Zayn, but instead of the chair it was a fucking tray. I seen that. Me and you even seen somebody get RKO'd in gym class before. I swear to you, legitimately get shoot RKO'd. I mean, it genuinely came out of nowhere. Like,
It really did. That was something else. One time, my sister saw a fight where this one girl didn't like this other girl, and she was gonna fight her, and she had a twin. So she started fighting her, and then the twin came from the other direction as back up, and they jumped her. Like, that's some crazy shit. That is hilarious. Were they flipping? Did anybody flip in any of these stories? I mean, someone got RKO'd, but that's kind of a different thing.
yeah.
Don't know the details
that
about that one.
that really wasn't a one-on-one fight. I guess that was more so somebody just fucking around in gym class. But legitimate fights, I've seen somebody get their head stomped with a Tim. The other guy had
Oh yeah,
Tim's on, and he fucking stomped on the
there-
fucking dude's face.
I didn't see it, but I remember there was one where our hallways had this like glass in them. That there was a glass and there was a staircase,
Yep.
and between the hall and one girl got her head slammed into the glass,
Yep.
and literally for the rest of the year there was just that crack right there that you could see, and you walked past every day.
Seen a bunch of crazy shit in my middle school days. Not once can I tell you that I've seen somebody hit a fucking springboard poison rana in the middle of a fucking brawl. I mean, are
Did you
you
do it?
kidding me, man?
Ugh, it's insane, dude. What was that brawl?
What the fuck, man? And if this couldn't get any worse, this is just absurd. As if this could not get any worse. After Action Andretti is trying to do a springboard cutter in the middle of a brawl, the Elite. Oh,
Mm.
oh, Tony. The Elite. A group that should have no business being around this Jon Moxley group. None
No,
whatsoever. The fucking Elite are standing there on the walkway looking
jaw dropped.
scared. Scared.
Jaw dropped, looking terrified. Looking like a fucking rabid dog is running towards them. Like, dog. What an embarrassment. Way to embarrass that whole story and that whole group.
The Elite are standing there and they walk away. This actually gets worse a little later in the night.
Mm,
The only interesting thing to note here, other than Action Andretti going for a springboard a springboard cutter in the middle of a brawl, Pac had a briefcase. Interesting. He had an all gray
very.
briefcase. What is in the briefcase?
Could be a new title. Could be the original title. Could be a jersey. You know, you
Oh my
never know,
god.
man. Could be a contract. Could be anything. Dude, best case scenario, this builds into a brand split. And
Yeah.
what's in the briefcase is like the contract to like the second show
Shockwave.
and the draft result. Please, for love of God, not Shockwave. Please, for love of God. That is a garbage name. I am sorry. But that's probably best case scenario. Is that it involves something with splitting everything up, dude? Because you have to at this point.
1000%. So they beat all these guys up. Flex. How's it going, man?
And oh dear lord,
You better have some answers in a few hours for us. A lot of
we
answers.
better have picked a location.
John Moxley gets on the mic and he says, "If you don't like what happened on Saturday night, if you don't like this, you need to understand this is just the cost of doing business."
Hmm.
Interesting.
Who's a businessman? Who's good at business?
Definitely fucking not Tony Khan. so so
Yeah. Maybe,
um
maybe, maybe this whole group, we think it's Shane, but maybe it's Tony Khan's dad, tired of his son wasting all his money, and he's getting his lick back. Maybe.
best case scenario, that would be the case. um Garcia and Private Party confront the Elite in the back. Garcia walks up to them and he says, "Y'all created this place and now you're going to let it go down in flames? What was up with that?"
Brawl out.
The Bucks. I swear to everybody, I can't even fathom this. The
It's so
Young
stupid.
Bucks look Daniel fucking Garcia in his face and they uttered 4 words that absolutely brought my jaw to the ground. They look at Garcia and they say, "It's none of our business." None of our business.
Dude,
You utter.
you just fucking started or got off a storyline where that group, were EVPs, executive vice presidents, and fought for control in the company. And technically they won.
They won, and then afterwards they were struggling for power. What?
Absolute dog shit. Dude, strip that pen from Tony Khan, full love of God.
It's none of our business. Y'all just did a takeover storyline. And now somebody else is taking over the company and you don't have a problem with any of that?
You don't care? Like, what?
It's none of our business. None of our business. When they said when Matt Jackson uttered those 4 words, "none of our business," my jaw hit the floor. I said, how fucking stupid was that to say? First of all, how stupid was it to even have these groups cross paths? That's the first
You
thing.
really should know.
Why would you even have these 2 groups even breathe in each other's direction?
And again, you had the perfect setup to do something good. If you want to set up a brand split, maybe the Elite control one brand, and this new John Moxley group is their goal is to control this new one, and that's how they never interact. You could have set that up, and you didn't.
This is a fucking joke, man. I mean, this is seriously this is so bad. This show, this is not my Dynamite, man. This is not the Dynamite I rushed home or rushed to the TV wherever I was at 7:00 on a Wednesday. This is not it. This is horrible, man. This is fucking horrible.
Oh, it's horrible. It's literally Vince McMahon's television. When I watch this and I talk about it, I do the same thing I used to do with Vince McMahon's television. I would watch it, hate myself, hate what I was watching, and then think of exactly how I would do it better. That's what all I do with Dynamite at this point. I watch it, I hate it, I hate myself while I watch it, and then I just think of how it could be better. Like dog.
So they say that's none of our business. and Daniel Garcia goes to get in their face, and Jack Perry puts his forehead on Daniel Garcia's lips as he wants a as he wants a kiss on his forehead from Daniel Garcia. He
Bro,
wants
why
a
did he do that?
he he
Bro,
wants
his stomach went up.
he
Why'd he
wants
fucking run?
man, he puts his forehead on Danny's lips, and then these two actually go forehead to forehead as they walk away, as the Elite walk away, because the hostile takeover of the company they created is none of their business, and they don't give a fuck. You know what? Neither the fuck do I.
No, I don't give a fuck, dude. I just want to see the results, on John Moxley side of things, and that's all I want at this point.
Filthy rank. How's it going, man? Thank you for joining
What's
us.
up, man? How you doing?
You know, the old
No.
AEW magic does come back when I watch old AEW clips, but then it fucking goes away as soon as the video's over, and I realize that the Dynamite we're probably about to get is probably going to be one of the shittiest things imaginable. But that's a great question. Will it ever come back? I fucking certainly hope so.
I hope you agree. I think you have to strip power from Tony Khan. That's the only way for it to happen.
At this point, with the level of storytelling he's giving us, and with the level of I don't give a fuck that he's showing us, it genuinely may never change until he gives the pen to somebody else.
And he won't do. He's a Vince McMahon. He won't do it until he's forced out. So AEW Dynamite and AEW will always be here because he's got the wallet to back it up. And that's all it will be. Is just to show that Tony Khan keeps alive because of his wallet. And only in the future do they hope to change things as when somehow they get him out of there, which I don't think they will be able to.
Yeah. Yep. Shelton Benjamin defeated Lio Rush. Somehow, someway, this was the fucking best part of Dynamite. 49-year-old Shelton Benjamin's debut match was the best part of AEW Dynamite. A show that had the Young Bucks on it. It had John Moxley. Well, I mean, even what they did wasn't necessarily bad. It was who they put them against and how they booked around them.
The actual group itself, they're cool.
Love them.
And whatnot. They're really good. It's the other side of it. You know what I mean? That sucks.
Yep.
But literally, like you said, bro, the best part about Dynamite was the Shelton Benjamin match.
This same Dynamite had, again, Adam Cole on it. It had a video from MJF. It had FTR on it. It had MVP, or, not MVP, Mercedes Moné on it. It had the Young Bucks. It had the Elite. It had Okada. It had all types of people on it, man. It had Christian Cage. It had Jay White. It had Ricochet. It had Swerve. And the best part was Shelton fucking Benjamin. Now, this was actually very good. This is a very good debut match from Shelton Benjamin. Nothing against Shelton, but he had a great performance. I thought his match with Lio Rush was great. I thought Shelton's still great. Even in his old age, he's still very, very good and still can, as quick as a cat. He beat Lio with an exploder suplex, and afterwards MVP puts a business card in his fucking drawers. All right.
It's gonna be one fucking smelly ass business card, I'll tell you that.
Fresh off a match, bro.
Oh,
MVP. MVP grabs the mic and he tells Swerve that what happened to Lio Rush is the same thing that's going to happen to him if he does not reassess his decision and finish the conversation that they started at Wrestle Dream. And that was it. Great debut from Shelton. Great to see Lio Rush. We talked about it on Friday, but I think we're going to end up seeing Lio Rush being put in the Hurt Business. being that he does have the history with Bobby Lashley. At least that's what I think is going to happen. And then in case you guys did not see, I did suggest Swerve starting a new Mogul Embassy with Powerhouse Hobbs and AR Fox. This is my suggestion. I know a lot of people want him in the Hurt Business, but you already have a big powerhouse guy in Bobby Lashley, so you don't really need a Powerhouse Hobbs in there. It'd be a cool look, but again, you already kind of have a powerhouse type guy in the group in Bobby Lashley. So I suggested Swerve, Nana, Powerhouse Hobbs, and AR Fox to go up against Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Leo Rush, and MVP. So that was my suggestion. That was what I suggested on Friday's show. I think that would be fire. And yeah, that was that. As great debut from Shelton, and always great to see him, and good to see Leo as well.
Definitely, man. Definitely great to see him. It was a great match, and it was literally the best part of AEW Dynamite. Genuinely,
it was. Swerve is in the back. He says, for a bunch of legends in this business, their personalities don't match. And he says he's seen what they did to Leo, and it was quite impressive. Just like it was coming for the top dog in AEW, he says he would have done the same thing, and he doesn't blame him. He told Shelton not to fail, because he sure as hell won't. Pretty good, and then obviously it did get confirmed for Fright Night Dynamite on October 30th. Swerve versus Shelton in a just one-on-one match. So yeah,
exactly. I'm excited.
Don Callis, bro, this dude waltzes out there with Lance Archer looking like fucking 2017 Drew McIntyre and Brian Cage.
Dude, what the fuck? What do you say besides what the fuck at this point? What was that promo? What is that group? What was that look? Like, holy fuck.
We obviously got some sort of explanation with Lance. Now again, we got an explanation for Lance Archer coming into the group. Nobody ever told me anything about Drew McIntyre coming into the group. But I guess the AEW fans got what they wanted, and, Drew showed up. It wasn't at All In. It was on the October 16th edition of Dynamite, but he did show up. They brought Brian Cage out there and genuinely told us he's a member of the group. Since fucking when? Because the last time I fucking checked, he was a part of the Cage of Agony after they turned on Swerve Strickland.
Now where are those two guys? Gone.
Are you
nowhere to be found?
Are you fucking serious, Tony? How does this pass the run sheet? Because if I'm a professional wrestling promoter, when I look at my run sheet, that's one of the main things I'm looking for, is shit to make sense. Don Callis holds a press conference. He says he's going to ask and answer all the questions himself because there's horrible journalists in wrestling. And he says he conducted one of the greatest trades in sports for Lance Archer. You thought Lance Archer was worth 3 talents? Mordas, Roosh, and Drilistico? Lance Archer wasn't even worth Roosh.
Oh,
let alone the other two.
Literally.
He conducted one of the greatest trades in sports for Lance Archer. That is absolutely Brooklyn Nets and Boston Celtics trading for fucking Jason Terry, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce. Levels of dumb fuck. And this man, Brian Cage, brought the ROH TV title back to the Don Callis family. No, he didn't.
Cares?
Because he's not in the fucking group. Since when was he in the fucking group? Who put him in the group? When? See, and since we didn't win the tag titles a couple weeks ago, who better to enter the tag division than Cage and Archer?
Anybody else?
Oh, fuck. Okay. Wow. Wow. Your tag team division is in shambles. A dying tag division. Not even dying, a dead tag division. And your call to action is Lance Archer and Brian fucking Cage? Are you serious? You can't be serious, Tony. You cannot, under any fucking circumstances, be serious with me right now. This is...
He's dead ass serious.
This is who you have in mind for the tag division. Wow.
Ass. God awful. Nonsensical. Everywhere in the book.
Takeshita says a few words. He keeps it short. He says, if you want this belt from me, then come take it. Okay. That was actually, surprisingly, that was the best fucking part of the promo. The 10 words that Takeshita spoke. That was the only time I actually felt a little bit of sanity in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
And then this fucking Orange Cassidy turned high school fucking jock, Kyle Fletcher, wearing all denim, comes to the podium. Oh, brother.
Kyle fucking Fletcher. Dog.
The
edgy Zach from Zach and Cody is fucking here, and I do not give a fuck.
Remember how we talked about Brian Cage and Lance Archer being in the tag division? Well, let me tell you something, dumb callous. You have a tag team that could be in the tag division once one of the guys comes back that's already in your group.
Yeah.
Mark Davis.
Literally.
Why don't you try to get Mark Davis when he comes back to reunite the Aussie Open? But no, let's put Lance Archer and Brian Cage in the tag division. You cannot make this up.
You really can't make it up.
You know how back when we were in high school and I mean even now to this day, how sometimes we'll be in the Discord and we'll be joking about, well, this should happen, and it's like some of the worst booking ideas ever. Like, they should have this guy play this role and we all have a nice laugh over it. That is what AEW Dynamite's become at this point.
Oh yeah, it's literally just who can we put with who? That makes no sense. What can we do? Let's do a Kyle Fletcher heel singles run. What?
Kyle Fletcher comes to the podium and he says, all I've heard all week is why, Kyle, why? But that's the problem when everyone wants to talk about Will Ospreay when it's the biggest night for the Don Callis family in history. And if you guys want to know why, too bad.
Literally, you might as well just say on the mic on live television, there was no reason. Tony Khan didn't book that far. He just did it.
Too bad. Filthy rank, bro. I can't tell you how many times we've said that. I can't tell you how many fucking times we've said these motherfuckers insult your intelligence the way WWE did from the years of like 2017 all the way up until Vince left power.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Literally insult your intelligence, make you feel so stupid and embarrassed to watch that show.
Which Kyle Fletcher, if he wanted to give, I mean, again, I did not want this to happen because I wanted to see the United Empire with Aussie Open and Will Ospreay, be against the Don Callis family. I wanted to see that, but even even if you really felt strongly about Kyle Fletcher being a part of a singles run for himself, there's a lot of reasons you could have gave. You could have gave the reason of Will Ospreay looks at him as a little brother. He wants to step out from the shadow. He knows he's better than Ospreay, but Ospreay gets all the attention. There's like many reasons that you could have gave that could have made sense. Again, I wouldn't have done this turn to begin with, but
No,
too
but you
bad.
could do. Too bad. You don't get a reason because Tony Khan doesn't have one. That's why.
Yeah, you absolutely might as well have said the reason is Tony Khan sees a single star in me for the next 3 weeks for no
Mm-hmm.
fucking reason, and I'm gonna be here to lose to Will Ospreay, and that's what I'm here doing. That's why I turned on Will Ospreay, because Tony has no fucking idea what he's doing.
No, none whatsoever. Not an ounce of it.
What a shit segment. What a shit segment that was. What the fuck is that faction? Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, Lance Archer, and Brian Cage. What?
Horrid. Horrid
Motherfucker,
fucking faction.
that's like putting together. Bro, that's like putting fucking Carlito in a faction with fucking Ivar, and bring in and Akam and fucking Angel Garza. I mean, what the fuck?
This is, it's horrible. It's the fucking low card mafia.
I feel so bad for Takeshita, dude. I just
It
want you
really
guys to
is.
know, if Take was in WWE right now, he would be a fucking demon. I just want you guys to know
Mhm.
that.
Oh, dude. He would be going crazy. That man will be on top. They had all the
Fucking
momentum in the
joke.
world, and they fucking squandered it.
Mariah May is in the back. She's asking why everyone is praising Willow. She questions what Christopher Daniels is doing because there's no competition. And she asks if anybody here wants to work. No, Mariah, they don't. They just want to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
She says this isn't where the best wrestle. It's where the best are afraid of the glamour. Anna Jay walks up, gets in Mariah May's face. Christopher Daniels starts yelling like a complete fucking goof of a general manager that he is. Anna Jay goes to slap. This was actually funny. She goes to slap Mariah May. Mariah ducks, and she just clean across the face, just bitch slaps Christopher Daniels. And he's sitting there going, as he's holding his fucking face. What the fuck, man?
He's
What is this
horrible,
fucking
dude.
show?
Dude, get him out that fucking role, dude. He is absolute trash in that shit.
Oh, this fucking show sucks.
It's so bad right now.
Fright Night Dynamite is announced. I thought that was a cool little name for a Halloween edition of Dynamite.
Mm-hmm. That one's cool. I like it.
Ricochet's in the back. He says Takeshita beat Ospreay, but not him. Takeshita has screwed him out of his title twice now, and he calls himself the best in the world, but where Ricochet is from, you don't just say that, you prove that through your matches. Your matches dictate how good you are, and you don't need lackeys to do your work for you. He says your matches dictate how good you are. Yes, we heard you the first time. Your matches dictate how good you are, and I'll be at Collision for anyone to see. And this is
Well, no
exactly
one
why
will
he came
see.
to AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Because he thinks your matches dictate if you're the best in the world.
He thinks everyone will see, but little does he know he went to Collision, so no one will see.
Your matches do not dictate how good you are.
You know, they
Your
really
level
don't.
of star power, your level of
Mhm.
drawing power, or Ricochet, your
No,
ability to talk is a good one in there, Mr. Kobe Bryant. Um,
bro, that man, he built all all these years of being in a different company, going to a different one, and what do you say? I'm Kobe Bryant with him. It's all he had to say.
oh
Come on.
man,
It's all you had to say. Years you could have talked about, and you just said that.
dude, that is again, that's exactly why Ricochet came to AEW because he believes that your matches dictate how good you are, and your matches dictate if you're the best in the world or not.
Like, dude,
You know why a lot of people consider Will Ospreay the best in the world? It's because he can talk. It's because he can work in the ring. It's because he can
hmm
sell a storyline. And this fucking guy Ricochet over here thinks he's the best in the world. Can't talk to save his life. He's great in the ring. He's fucking phenomenal in the ring. Can't
that's
talk
all
to
he
save
is.
his life. There's hardly any star power there,
And
which
they're
uh,
like vibe and momentum. Fucking momentum is the most important thing in the business as a whole. Momentum. That's why do you think WWE is so good right now? They got the momentum as a company, as a whole. They got
yep,
the momentum. Like dog, AEW was so great, and like 2021, their momentum was off the fucking charts.
it was.
2018 NXT was the better show because they had the momentum over the main roster. Momentum is everything, and Tony Khan is the goat at killing momentum.
We coined the phrase earlier this year on Unscripted, bro. AEW, the kings of killing momentum.
That's what they do. They'll build you up, they'll give you momentum, you'll win, and then nothing. You get nothing afterwards.
There's a reason why people call Roman Reigns the best in the world and not Ricochet. It's because Roman Reigns has drawing power. Roman Reigns has
Mhm.
star power. Roman Reigns is a good worker. Roman Reigns is a good talker. And he's managed to keep momentum on his side.
Literally. Pushing fucking hologram to the moon. Fucking no story, no dude doesn't even talk. His
He's a
whole thing.
He's a at least Power Rangers actually said some shit.
At least they say,
It's
fucking,
morphin'
Power
time.
Rangers go something. Fucking I was gonna say something else. I would have regretted that really badly. But like, it's like dog. They, literally, Tony Khan's two favorite guys right now are guys that literally don't talk. Hologram and Beast Morty are literally two people that don't even talk, and those are Tony Khan's favorite right now.
This is atrocious. This is fucking atrocious. The Blackpool Combat Club are whooping more ass in the parking lot. They are whooping the asses of the Dark Order, Top Flight, and Andretti again.
Shocker.
They beat these guys up. They beat Dark Order and Top Flight up. They walk back to the car. Claudio speeds away, as you could tell. Fucking everybody in the truck bed, everybody in the
Was
truck
not ready.
bed was not ready for that level of speed. John Silver goes chasing after the truck as they all cut promos saying, "We've worked here since day one. We do not work for you guys. We're going to defend AEW." Action Andretti then proceeds to tell them they are going to take the gold off of their waist and defend AEW. He challenges them to a match on Collision.
Well, Collision went by. I didn't watch it, but they didn't win. Shocker.
Who the
But
fuck? who in either of these groups is taking any sort of gold from the BCC?
Oh, nothing. They're taking absolutely nothing. And dude, all these people talk about how they're OGs. They've been here. They're not bending the knee to Moxley and his group. They're not changing. This would have been perfect for a babyface elite to be in this situation. To be, uh, uh, dude. I don't. I'm done. I'm done with this fucking show, dude. I don't know
So
what else.
all these guys have such a big problem with the BCC, but where was Dark Order, Top Flight, and Action Andretti at Wrestle Dream? Because, and then also, while they were jumping these guys again, where was Daniel Garcia, Private Party, Orange Cassidy? Did they all just fucking forget that they got attacked earlier in the night? Did they just not care? Did they go to the shower? And did they leave the building early? Where the fuck were they? Where were they?
Mhm.
And again, if Dark Order and Top Flight and Action Andretti cared that much, then why the fuck was Adam Cole, Daniel Garcia, and Orange Cassidy out there at Wrestle Dream? Why wasn't Dark Order out there? Why wasn't Top Flight and Action Andretti out there? I mean, you're just throwing shit to the wall here, man. I mean,
You're
what
just
the
throwing
fuck?
nothing groups. These people are nothing groups. You have fucking yeah. It's ass, dude. These people mean nothing, and I can't take them seriously.
This is fucking abysmal. This is abysmal, man. Christian Cage defeated Switchblade. The referee was distracted with Kip Sabian. This led Adam Page to come in and give Switchblade a buckshot. He would then roll onto the outside of the ring and lay there as Christian Cage laid on top of Jay White and picked up the victory. And that was fucking dynamite, bro. Wow.
Glad it's over.
Well, my man, in about 2 days, actually, no, we're past midnight here in Chicago time, so yep, we got to deal with it again tomorrow.
Yep, gotta deal with it again, and I have to stay up for it. I hate it. I hate it so much.
This is ridiculous, man. This fucking show
Yeah,
sucks. This show
it's so
sucks. This fucking company sucks. I don't know what this company has turned into. This was one of my. I mean, you guys see the flag behind me. I'm sure. You guys see the fucking plaque behind Sir K's head. I'm sure that makes a lot of certain AEW fans bad or mad. I mean, not bad. I'm sure it makes a lot of you guys mad. But at the end of the day, the company was a hell of a lot fucking better when he was in it, and
fuck yeah.
now he's gone. And this
And
company
so is
has,
Nick here.
wow, this company has, wow,
Man,
just
falling to the shits.
this man, I don't even know.
And
I genuinely I don't even know anymore, man. I don't
no, I
even know.
really don't.
That was dynamite. That was dynamite. Oh, thank God. I never been more happy to talk about SmackDown. We only got a couple promos to talk about from SmackDown, but before we get to all the Bloodline stuff, Motor City Machine Guns.
A
Pretty sick. Pretty
hell
sick,
yeah.
bro. Now, obviously, I will say, just being honest, man, the theme song was ass. Raise your
Yeah.
fist. I mean, what,
Yeah.
that was that was just that was weird. As for and I'm seeing all the memes too that WWE. I seen a one tweet. It was like WWE fans aren't wrestling fans. They're
Oh,
WWE fans.
some of that
And
shit.
then they
Like, dude,
were saying how um they were saying how uh what is it? They were saying that like the reaction was quiet, which is like, bro, they were in fucking South Carolina. Now
yeah.
could WWE have went to a bigger venue where people will probably be more familiar with MCMG? Yes. They absolutely could have and they should have, but at the end of the day, bro, they're gonna fucking fit in like a glove. And they're already picking up big victories. It seems like they're on their way to the tag titles. So, no, things are looking up for him. I like the debut. I thought they did good, man. I just hope they don't bring them to the tag titles and then have them lose and then kind of
Mm-hmm.
have them go nowhere from there.
Just go up.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
I expect them to lose the tag title match, but I just hope WWE keeps them strong and keeps their best interest in mind because like Nick Aldis said, they're here to spice up the tag team division, and they actually had me interested in a tag team match on SmackDown for the first time in a minute. So,
no,
so I,
definitely.
I I enjoyed that a lot, and I like seeing them. I'm glad they're here, and I'm happy to see how they adapt to the WWE product.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I was happy, dude. Obviously it was Def Rebel, so a theme song wasn't good, but that can always be changed in the future, man. But other than that, their debut was really good, man. Again, crowd reaction, all that great. Wasn't all that great. They were in a buttfuck city. What do you expect? Um, the whole night wasn't great with crowd reactions overall. So that's that. But yeah, they'll really like their debut. Great tag team, dude, and I hope this means that they're gonna start hearing about the tag team division, man. I really do.
Yep, for sure. Um, Bloodline, Bloodline stuff. So Solo opens the show, and he's out there talking about how Jimmy tried to go on over to Monday and recruit Jay. He says Jay does not want anything to do with them, and Jay does not want anything to do with them, and he says that Roman and Jimmy may have no choice but to acknowledge me. In a shock move, Jay
Mm-hmm.
Uso comes out, and I stopped everything I was doing. I stopped everything I was doing. I sat down and I was glued to the television because this is obviously a huge moment, one that we've been waiting for a very long time. Jay comes out there. He tells little brother Solo, fighting over that Ulafala is not it. He says that Ulafala is earned, not taken. He tells Solo he knows better than that, and he said if you want to end Roman's power, then do it, but you don't have to divide the family while you do it. Solo says, "Are you done wasting my time?" He says you come out here and you yeet yeet yeet. Who said anything about dividing the family? I'm not trying to divide the family. I'm trying to unite the family. And stop calling me your little brother. I'm your tribal chief now. And I will always have a place for you and Roman in my bloodline. All you have to do is acknowledge me. I don't want you to follow Jimmy's footsteps because look at where that got him. So are you in or are you out? Jay says, if what you're saying is true, and you're trying to unite our bloodline, why'd you have to go get them, Oos? Tama? Tonga? Why did you have to go get Jacob? There's a reason we stayed away from him, and if he keeps staring at me like that, I'm gonna knock his ass out.
Huge pop, massive pop.
Whoa. I was like, oh man, I did not expect him to come for that smoke with Jacob like that. But first of all, I love how they are just building and building and building Jacob Fatu while he's the enforcer of the bloodline, bro. He's not even the main guy, and they are almost building him almost more importantly than they're building Solo. Bro, the way Jacob looked at him like, motherfucker, what did you just say to me? Dude,
Mm-hmm.
Jacob puts his hands down because, he was praying to Solo. He puts his hands down and he goes to step in Jay's face. And Jay's in his face screaming at him. He's screaming, "Did you hear me? Did you hear me?" And Jacob's just looking at him like, Jacob's just looking at him like Jay has him so incredibly fucked up, and he goes to step to Jay. Solo puts his hand in front of him. Jay says, look, man, forget all that. I'm not here for that. Next time I see you, it's gonna be different. Yeet. Whoa.
Man. Yep, I did not expect any of that, man.
I did not expect any of that, but this is what I took from it, and this is why I'm messing with it. I took this as Jay coming over to Raw, SmackDown, because he does not want to get involved, and he's trying to make all of this stop because he maybe almost sees the writing on the wall. Maybe he sees that this probably isn't going to stop, but before I have to step in, I'm going to try to throw my 2 cents in there.
Exactly. It definitely of him not wanting to get sucked back into like this whole circle and, essentially abandon his singles, career
Yep.
and go help them. And I think this was his attempt to try to diffuse it so that doesn't get down to that.
For sure. Couple segments later, Roman and Jimmy arrive at the arena. Jimmy sees Jay and Roman see Jay, and Jimmy says, "What is happening?" He puts his hand out to shake Jay's hand. Jay does not shake his hand. Jimmy is left hanging yet again for probably about the 900th time in his career. Somebody leaves this man hanging. I can't tell you how many times this man fucking puts his hand out for a handshake and they do not shake his hand. Feel bad for the guy.
I really do.
Gunther didn't shake his hand. Solo.
Yep.
Oh, bro. Oh, my God.
That man fucking left that man hanging so many times.
Jay doesn't shake his hand, but he smiles. He smiled when he seen Jimmy, which I thought was kind of weird because on Monday, he didn't want to talk to him. Now he's smiling at him. That was one thing I thought was really weird. But then he looks at Roman, and he's immediately the smile's wiped off of his face. He goes to walk away. Roman grabs his arm, and he tells Jay, "I'm proud of you. We all are." Jay gets in his face, says, "No yeet," and walks away.
Hell yeah, man. I love that. I like that interaction.
Very good.
I like how they played it. I like it.
Yes, Roman trying to mend the fences and trying to at least give it a shot to do things Jimmy's way and make amends with Jay and maybe just gauge the interest and see if there is any interest from Jay's side to help the family again. And Jay is not interested at the moment. Then get another segment where Roman's sitting in the locker room and the camera pans and Jimmy's leaning on the arm of the chair like Paul Heyman used to. Roman gets scared and he's asking him, "What are you doing? Why are you right there?" Jimmy says, I'm sorry. I was just trying to relax you. Like the wise man." Roman, in a scared voice, says, You're not the wise man." Jimmy says, Jimmy says, "I'm not. I was just trying to relax you. I still think you need to talk to Brother Jay." Roman says, "I think if the wise man was here, this would be done by now. I'm not talking to Jay. We already saw Jay. He made it clear. I gave you a shot. We tried. It's time to do it my way. I'm going to fix this tonight." Jimmy says, "How the hell are you going to do that?" Roman says, "I'm going to acknowledge Solo." Interesting. So this brings us to the end of the night. So obviously this was your typical Bloodline comedy relief segment where fucking Jimmy's just leaning on the chair and scares the ever-living fuck out of Roman.
Great.
Roman tells South Carolina, maybe for the last time, "Acknowledge me." Solo comes out full gear, wearing the Ulafala.
Badass. Actually looks cool as fuck.
Bro, this segment, I said to myself, man, it was a shit week for AEW Dynamite, and they have Solo out here looking cool. Like the first segment, it was typical Solo, that weird tribal chief delivery that he has. Are you done? Are you done?
Are you done? Weird ass.
So, but Solo flipped the switch here, man. You could tell he was getting into it. So Solo comes out looking very badass. He's wearing full gear, his full get up with the Ulafala on. Roman says, he says to Solo, so I heard that you told Jay our family is stronger now. You told him our bloodline was stronger now. I don't see it. I don't see anything that tells me we're better off now. If anything, we're divided and broken. And after everything we've been through, everything we went through in the spring, everything that we lost through the summer, and we stand here divided like this, he says, Solo, I told my father I could fix this. All I want to do is put us back to the promised land. I want all the titles around our waist. I want paydays coming from the heavens. I want our family to be priority. Tell me what I have to do to fix this. Solo says, what do you have to do? That's an easy fix, Roman. All you have to do is acknowledge me. Roman, distressed and very just irritated, tells Solo, he says, I acknowledge you. I acknowledge you. There, does that make you feel better? Solo says, no, Roman, that's not good enough. I need you to acknowledge me as your tribal chief. He says, I need you to acknowledge me as your tribal chief. Or else. Roman then completely cracks. He can't do it. He screams, or else what? In this split second, something changed in Solo's delivery. Solo laughs at him. He says, look at you. There he is. I knew you never changed. You've always just wanted this, as he points at the Ulafala. And since you never changed, I'll never change either. He snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden we see Jacob walking out, praying, as he steps to the side, and they drag Jimmy Uso out there, dump him on the stage. Roman attacks Solo, and he attacks the bloodline. He grabs the Ulafala. As soon as he puts it on, Solo low blows him. The bloodline attack Roman Reigns and give him 2 Samoan spikes. Man, God, this was so good.
The details were great. I love how when the first thing Roman did when he got the 1-up, he didn't go check Jimmy. He went for the Ulafala. He hasn't changed, and that's being his downfall.
Yep. And that's what it's going to have to take, and I think that is what's going to be detrimental for Paul Heyman coming back into the group, is he doesn't listen to anybody but other than Paul Heyman. So Paul Heyman is going to have to get it in his head that, hey man, the only way this is going to work, you got to change. You got to adapt. And I think that's going to play amazingly into this. And I think this is, I love this. And again, something just changed in Solo's delivery. And you could tell he was getting into it. And it wasn't his corny, slow verbiage and his slow delivery of everything. Are you done now, Jay? Like,
done now. Like, dude, he actually talked like a normal person. He looked like a normal person when he came out there. He looked cool. That's what we need 24/7 from that guy.
Yep. And half the time, this fucking guy sounds like Megamind, saying some villainous line to Metro Man or some shit is the way of his delivery. But again, when Roman said or else what, and Solo almost outsmarted Roman Reigns, I mean, that was huge, bro. That was huge. That was huge for his character. And again, his delivery, just something in his delivery and the way he said that changed. And immediately right there, I said that is the Solo we need. That is the Solo that seemed comfortable. That is the Solo that seemed like he was being himself. and
Mm-hmm.
and it was great, man. It was great. I loved it. I loved it. And again, I thought it was huge for Solo to get the one up on Roman Reigns, and again, kind of, get the one, like I said, get the one up on him mentally. You know what I mean? That was huge for Solo, man, and I thought that was great. Yeah, I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was very good, man, and I very very much so enjoyed that. And again, another week, and I really like how they're playing into this too. Another week where the bloodline, or the OG bloodline, is getting their asses handed to them, and it's going to continue on until Roman Reigns is told he needs to fucking change. He needs to
Mm-hmm.
change. He needs to, he needs to stop worrying about the Ulafala, and he needs to stop worrying about all that stuff, and he needs to worry about the people that,
People.
help keep him up.
Mm-hmm. It's got to be less about the things, the titles, the Ulafala. It's got to be about his actual family.
They're telling a great story, man. I don't know how anybody could hate this, man. I really don't know how anybody could hate this, but they're telling a
No,
really good story, and I thought, man, that was that was a pivotal night in Bloodline cinema, man. Another pivotal night, in, like I said, in Bloodline cinema, and I thought it was awesome.
I really did. I think they did great with it.
Monday Night Raw, decent episode of Raw here tonight. Nothing too crazy, to be honest, man. Seth Rollins, this was from the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Seth Rollins attacks Bronson Reed as he's walking in the arena. And he's telling Bronson that they are just getting started. Seth walks to the ring and he asks Bronson if he wants to be famous. He tells him he's going to make him famous and calls him out here to fight. Bronson walks out there being held back by security. Rollins dives onto all of them, and these two brawl. Bronson goes for a tsunami on the announce table, and Rollins moves, thus sending Reed through, crashing through the table, all by his lonesome. As this is a hot open to Monday Night Raw, way to get the crowd, jumping, being that this is the first live Raw in a minute. So I like this. I thought that, like I said, I thought this was a hot open to Monday Night Raw. I thought this was good, and yeah, it was good, and it set up more stuff that happened with these guys through the night. I thought this was a decent open.
I definitely think it was, dude. I like the action between these two. Bronson Reed, brawl action is always great, and I like how they did it.
Damage Control is doing an interview that gets interrupted by Liv Morgan. She proceeds to start cutting a promo on Nia Jax for their match at Crown Jewel. Damage Control gets pissed off at them and challenges them to a match later in the night. Okay, Raquel Rodriguez was standing over them just with the. I mean, God, how not
Yes.
intimidating is she?
Like, why?
Lillian Garcia is back.
Yeah.
Uh,
Man,
so to address the elephant in the room, that
that
wow,
sucks. Not
Samantha
that
Irvin
normally.
is done with WWE.
That
Uh,
sucks, dude.
that is horrible news for them.
It's
She
great.
was the voice of this
Mm,
generation,
she was. They, they literally coined it as that.
and
And,
I see all the people talking about all the things she's not going to get to announce. We're never going to get to hear her announce Cody Rhodes anymore. I seen one guy saying, it's sad that she's not going to be the one to announce John Cena winning a
nope.
17th world title. Um,
None of it.
what the fuck happened, man?
Like, why? It's so sudden and so random. I don't get it. That sucks, dude.
It's
That sucks.
incredible. it's incredibly random, bro. It's incredibly random, and man, I mean, she had it made in WWE, and she was like, she was going to be like the
Next
voice
vote.
that like carries us through this generation, and to see her go, man, it's shocking, and I truly wish her the best because she's so fucking talented. But it just
She
leaves
is.
you wondering, man, like what the
Why?
fuck went wrong? Like what the fuck happened?
Literally, like, why? I don't get it. Hope, again, wish her the best. Hope she does great wherever
Absolutely.
and whatever she does next, man. But fucking hey, why, man?
Yeah, it really does. It just leaves you wondering as to why. And it's like obviously like it's awesome to see Lillian back, and like, Lillian's, one of the first ring announcers that I heard in WWE, and when I started watching the product, Lillian was the main announcer. So obviously, Lillian's amazing, but
Right.
like,
No, but like,
man, let's just
new
I'm
voice.
looking at my phone, and I see this post from Samantha Irvin, and I'm like,
Wait, what? I had to do a double take.
me too. I'm like, huh? I'm like, what is this?
I
And it just there,
I saw
man.
part of it, and I was like, okay, is she moving brands? Is this like a on character thing? And I noticed how long it was, and then I read it, and I was like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm like, is this real? And then I just searched up her name on Google, and I'm seeing all this stuff, and I'm just seeing if there's any, validity to this, or is seeing if anybody has any sort of articles about this or whatever. And I'm just seeing, and sure enough, all these articles from legit sites. Samantha Irvin announces departure from WWE, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm
Yeah,
like, what,
like,
what,
what the
what
fuck?
happened? Hey,
I don't get it, dude.
I don't get it either, but you know, I'm sure whatever it is, if it's meant to come out to the public, we'll see it in a public eye. But if not, man, all we can do is wish her the best. And obviously WWE is going to keep that door open. And man,
Mhm.
I hope we see her back somehow, some way in professional wrestling, man, because she's insanely talented. And it gives me a little bit of Mauro Ranallo PTSD, because I don't want to see a good guy go away, or a good girl go away, and then we never see them in a professional wrestling space again. And it's just, I mean, with Mauro, he's popping up again, but for the longest
No.
time he wasn't. And it
Mhm.
just sucks to see these just insanely talented people go, and not you know not have a space in the business for a while. And it really sucks to see her go, man. I mean, again, she was the voice of this generation, bro. She's an incredible ring announcer. The way she has her own personality and says people's names in different ways, and just her delivery behind the way she announces people. And it's just, you could just tell she's passionate about her job, and she loves her job. And for that, she's going to be a success wherever she goes. And I really hope we do see her back one day, in a professional wrestling space, because she's so talented, man. But I wish her the best, and it really, really sucks to see her go. And this is a huge fucking loss for WWE. Huge, huge loss.
Oh, 100% massive loss. Again, wish her the best wherever. Sorry, wherever and whatever she's gonna do, man. But damn, this shit sucks.
It really is, man, and it just makes you wonder, man, like what happened, bro? Like there's so many questions, man. It's just like what happened, what went wrong? It just leaves so many questions, man. But either way, bro, I wish her the best, and hopefully we can see her back, man, because she's so talented, and I'm gonna miss her voice so much, man.
Oh yeah. Man, it sucks.
Yeah, huge, huge, huge loss for WWE. Um, so Lillian's back. Nice to see her back. The New Day, they defeated AOP in the tag title tournament. R-Truth attacks The Miz and Karrion Kross on the outside. Rezar got distracted and Kofi rolled him up. The Final Testament and The Miz started jumping R-Truth. Kofi wanted to help Truth, but Woods was holding him back. The lights go out, and the Wyatt Six attack the Final Testament. Miz was unscathed. He was in the ring, and he was happy that he didn't get touched. And then Uncle Howdy comes in, goes to turn Miz around. Paul Ellering pushes Miz out of the way, and Ellering takes the mandible claw for the Miz, as Bo Dallas is still wearing the Uncle Howdy mask. It's nice to see the Wyatt Six back again. We gotta fucking get Bo Dallas out of that mask, bro. We got to, dude. I mean, it's nice to see the Wyatt Six back, but
Oh yeah, it's actually nice to have him on fucking television for once. Thought Tony
exactly.
Khan was booking him, but like dog, get him out the mask. Why are they facing the Final Testament? Like who cares? What are you doing here with them, bro? What are you doing? Why are you flopping all these people?
Man, I don't know, bro, but they gotta get it. They gotta get it the fuck together with the Wyatt Six because, yeah, this is sad. This is very sad.
Oh, it's so fucking sad.
And please get Bo Dallas out of that mask, bro. It just, oh my god, it is just
Horrible.
God. The more I see that mask, the more I hate it. And it's not even that it's an ugly mask. It just reminds me that he wrestles in that fucking thing.
Like, dude, stop having the man wrestle in a goddamn costume.
Like the Wyatt Six, the lights go out, the lights come back on. They're all standing on the aprons with no masks. No masks on. And then here comes Bo Dallas wearing a fucking Uncle Howdy mask. What the fuck?
Why does he still have that thing on?
Come on, man. What are we doing, bro? And it's confirmed they're feuding with the Miz. What a fucking what an arrival. What an arrival a return feud rather. Wow.
A fucking Miz.
Come on,
What?
bro. Bronson and Seth are fighting in the back still as Adam Pearce goes to talk in an interview and these two just get into the shot and start fighting. They get separated again and it goes off again. So we got another fighting segment with them just fighting in the backstage area. Jay is backstage talking to Jackie. He says, "Isn't it ironic? I'm in the city of brotherly love and I'm getting no love from my brothers right now." He said, "Look, what I said to the bloodline, he said I said what I said to the bloodline on Friday, and but I can guarantee to you at the end of the night, you will hear and still the Intercontinental Champion main event Jey Uso." Says yeet, and that was it.
Very love Jey Uso. Love the promo. I love the closure he thought he felt in that moment.
Yeah, definitely, man. Raquel Rodriguez is doing a backstage promo. She says, "I haven't forgotten what Rhea did by injuring Liv Morgan, and I also didn't forget what you did when you cost us the tag team championships. The only reason Rhea rose to the top was because I was gone. It's best for her now to walk away so it doesn't have to end like this. But since you won't, I will have to end it for you." Let me refresh my memory, but after Rhea costed them the tag team titles, wasn't Rhea in a program with Raquel Rodriguez? Because if my memory serves me correctly, they faced each other at Payback last year and Rhea beat her. So how could Rhea have only gotten to the top because Raquel was gone when she was a casualty in Rhea's title reign.
Yeah. Like what? Do you, Triple H, do you not remember? Hey, I mean, I don't blame you, but do you not remember that they faced off before?
I mean, why are you having her say this shit, man? I mean, this feud already took place. Rhea already beat Raquel.
Yeah, no one. Raquel's not believable in the first place, and then you
Not at
try to play
all.
it off as, oh yeah, she's up top because I was gone. No, she beat you at the start of her title reign.
Bro, you're not over.
You're not.
I don't
You
know. Man, they are
you
trying to portray her as way too big of a deal.
you have a muscular back. That's literally all you got.
Not even, bro. Fucking Bobby
Tr-
Lashley's back is more fucking athletic. Austin Theory's back. I seen a picture of somebody took a picture of Julia's back and said, well, it looks like Raquel's gonna have to ditch the back gimmick.
Like, dude, that's literally your whole gimmick, and it's pointless because you're all professional wrestlers. Most of you people are in shape. You all have muscular backs.
Damage Control defeated Liv and Raquel by DQ because Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, they hit Damage Control. They were sitting front row. They hit one of them. It was Io or Kyrie. A brawl broke out. Jakara and Lash took out Damage Control. They hit them with their finishers. Jakara hit her finisher, and Lash hit the Lash extension. Never call them up. The
The
fucking
fucking
Lash
name, too.
extension.
The Lash extension. That is fucking great. Call him up right now.
That is some of the corny. That is the corniest fucking name for a finisher I've ever heard. The
Oh,
Lash
Lord,
extension.
Sean. The last extension. Give Sean Booker of the year. Give it to him.
Raquel and Liv are in the ring staring down Jakara and Lash Legend. I believe they're having a match against Damage Control on NXT. Can we please get this over with so we don't have to see these
Yeah.
two on fucking main roster television anymore?
Yeah, they're not hitting, bro. I'm
No.
sorry. Now, out of all
Mm-mm.
people, you tease the call up, dude. Give me
Lash.
Trick.
Come on,
Give me,
bro.
give me Tony D. Give me some people, man. Give me some real names. Can you give me Julia and fucking
Stephanie Vaquer.
Stephanie
Please.
already? Please, for the love of God. Fucking A, man.
Roxanne Perez.
Somebody.
Rhea comes out. She throws Raquel out of the ring. Nope, so much for Raquel ending this because Rhea won't.
Ooh,
Um, Raquel throws Rhea throws Raquel out of the ring. She beats down Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan. She goes to hit Liv with a riptide, and Dominic saves her. She then pulls Dominic in the ring and hits him with a prism trap. Her little leg submission as Dominic eventually gets out of it, and those three retreat to the entryway. And that was that, man. Just
or action, I guess.
just pointless interactions. Pointless interactions because we have nothing of substance to do until Rhea Ripley wins the title back.
Literally, that's all this shows me, is that they're just biding their time and just stalling.
Bronson and Seth, Adam Pearce goes for another interview, and these two start fighting on him again. He then separates them, and he tells them, have either of you two selfish bastards thought that a couple times throughout the night I was going to give you guys your match? So you have it. Crown Jewel, Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins. Now get these two out of my arena. That's actually a very funny tie-in that Adam Pearce was about to announce multiple times throughout the night that these two were going to have a match, and
They
he
interrupted
couldn't
it.
because they kept interrupting it.
That's a great detail of the night. I like that.
See how things tie into each other and they can be fun and they can have a little tie-in and make sense and have continuity with each other.
Not for Tony.
War Raiders have a vignette talking about how they are no strangers for quests for raiding gold.
Hell yeah.
And they talk about how they are in the number 1 contender match next week, and they will go on another quest to raid gold in WWE once again. They also talked about how they shed the shields to go back to their Viking roots. And they talked about how they were going on another quest for gold. And and that was that, bro. And I loved it. They were like standing around a fire in the fucking woods. It was great, man. It was a great visual. They're standing there in their biker vests, and they're just being badass, bro. Being badass. So I love this. I love this. I thought this was a great little vignette. And War Raiders are instantly one of the better easily probably the best tag team you have on that Raw roster right now.
Oh yeah, I would definitely say love the vignette, love the vibe they gave back to him, that old war, ready for war vibe, and that they're looking for a fight. They're not looking for a fight. They're not on Dynamite. They're looking for gold, and I love it, dude. I love it.
Absolutely, man. And it really goes to show, man, that WWE, they got tag teams. They just don't know how to use them. But with what you're doing, with Motor City Machine Guns coming in, and with War Raiders making a big splash on Monday Night Raw, we absolutely 100% need to see one of these eventually. And before the end of the year, I'm totally expecting it. We absolutely need to see tag team titles make the pay-per-view, because you are getting teams that garner interest, and you need to put the tag team titles on a pay-per-view eventually. You're going to have to do it, bro. You need to start, even if there's not, many, even if there's not much to necessarily even if there's not much interest necessarily in a certain tag team match, we're getting to the point you need to just throw 2 teams out there that obviously have some sort of story. It might not be the most intriguing thing on Monday or Friday. You need to throw them out there, and you need to let them cook, and you can build off of that, because this is getting ridiculous. And I can't even tell you the last time tag team titles were on pay-per-view. Was it Mania?
I think it might have been Mania.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's the last time I could remember. It's insane. The care for tag team wrestling has fallen so far, and hopefully this can be the start to build that back up again.
Carlito, Dominic rather, is in the back. He's talking. Finn is concerned with Damian Priest trying to go after Gunther to take the world title. Dominic then says, what about me? I can beat Gunther and get the world title. Carlito laughs. Liv says, hey, don't laugh at Daddy Dom. He could easily be a world champion. Raquel says, what do you do around here anyway? Raquel, what the fuck do you do around here anyway? You're not even in the fucking group, and you're supposed to be here to be Liv's muscle, and Liv just got her ass whipped 3 segments ago by Rhea Ripley.
So what are you doing here? What is your purpose?
Fucking goof. I mean, seriously, bro? Yeah. Carlito, well, I guess this paints that picture. He's definitely getting kicked out of the group.
Oh yeah, 100%. They're kicking him out the group. I think they realized that he's fucking pointless in that group. Hope they realize that with Raquel soon.
Me too, bro. Raquel asked him what he does around here anyway. He says he adds the cool factor to the Judgment Day. He says, I can also fix things, and I'm going to go talk to Pierce to fix this. A couple segments later, he then talks to Pierce, and he asks him if Dom could have a world title shot. Pierce laughs, and he says Dom should ask for himself, but if he does want it so bad, he can beat a former world champion next week to get it. Who that is, they did not say, but I'm sure we'll find out next week, as Dominic is definitely going to lose this. They're going to blame it on Carlito, and they're going to kick Carlito out of the group.
It's the easy, obvious plan of what they're doing here, man.
No doubt. LWO versus American Made. Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio defeat the Creed brothers. Are you serious right now, bro?
Way to flop the momentum of Gable and American Made, dude. Did nothing with them.
Dude, did these guys really have to fucking lose to LWO, man?
Like, why?
LWO. Bro. And here I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, maybe the way the tournament was set up, maybe it was, maybe they didn't want to put them in a one-on-one scenario against the War Raiders. Maybe they wanted LWO, bro. And then I realized, I realized that this is another one of Adam Pearce's triple threat tournaments. This was another one of his triple threat tournaments. You could have easily put the Creed brothers in there and just had the New Day take the pin.
Yeah.
With the War Raiders.
That would have built the New Day story. They would have get like, dude, it worked out. What are you doing here, bro?
Why the fuck would you put fucking Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee in the match, and you have the fucking American Made who have yet to win anything since becoming a group?
They just lost. That's all they do is lose.
What the fuck? I mean, why would you do Chad Gable like that, bro? This guy could have easily been the Intercontinental Champion right now. You put him with the Creed brothers to make them losers? Wasn't this Chad Gable, didn't the whole reason he left Alpha Academy was to be with a winning group?
And they're just losers.
They're still fucking losers. This is fucking ridiculous, man. Way to waste Chad Gable's momentum. Way to fucking waste it.
Completely wasting, killed it. Insane.
LWO defeats American Made, which again, I was saying to myself, okay, well, maybe the way the tournament's set up, they didn't want American Made to go one-on-one with the War Raiders. And then after this match, they announce a triple threat for next week. And I'm like, wait, oh yeah, there wasn't a fourth match. It was only 3 tag team matches to determine a triple threat, not a 8-team tournament. And I'm like, bro, you could have fucking easily put the Creed brothers in there. Creed brothers, New Day, War Raiders. And you could have had Xavier Woods or Kofi Kingston take the pin and kept the Creed brothers looking strong.
Did none of that.
Come on, bro. This is incredibly frustrating. I don't know how I do not know how you flop the Creed brothers and American Made that hard.
I don't get it, dude. I really don't understand.
Braun Breaker, he's in the back. He said he's going to take Jay's championship because Jay's got a bunch of family drama going on. And it's time to do what badasses do, and there's only one more question to ask. Do we have any dogs barking in Philly? Ooh, 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 ooh. Obviously, says the Philly crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Before this match, we get Gunther. He's in the back. He says he accepts Cody's challenge, and he will be there or invitation rather, not challenge. He will be there in Brooklyn on Friday. Damian Priest comes into the shot, and he says, I'm going to get back my world title now. He says, my issues with the Judgment Day are taken care of, and I'm not looking for a handout. I'm gonna earn it. And after you take care of business at Crown Jewel, I'm coming back for my title. And I'm going to have a big problem with you then you're going to have a big problem because I will once again be El Campeón.
Fucking what a shitty undercard, man.
Well, Damien.
Gunther.
I mean, well, Damien. Why the fuck, if you didn't want a handout, would you tell him? Why don't you just tell Pierce that you want to build up to a world title shot? Why the fuck are you telling him?
Want a handout. Okay? Then why are you here? Go fucking go start that process. Go build yourself up. What are you doing here?
Gunther laughs at this dude. And he says, okay, El Campeon, good for you. And he fucking walks away. What a dick.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
great.
God
Dude.
damn.
If anything, I think if they wanted to do some sort of undercard match with Priest and Gunther for Survivor Series, add Finn in it. Make it a triple threat, because Priest and Gunther, now although they did have a good match at SummerSlam, I think the even better match would honestly be a triple threat with Finn, Damien, and Gunther. I think that's the best plan of action, to be honest.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
So, yeah, that was that. So, I guess they're starting to plant seeds for that. And in the main event, Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso. These guys got a nice 20 minutes. About 10 minutes in, 12-ish minutes in, we see Solo Sikoa walking through the crowd with his velvet suit on and his ulafala and his black gloves, and he's holding a yeet shirt. He comes out there yeeting. He's doing the hand thing. He comes out there yeeting, and Jay goes up to him, and he tells him, I'm trying to help you win the belt. Solo, he's already the fucking champion. What do you mean you're trying to help him win the belt? He's already has the fucking belt.
Trying to defend it, you dumbass.
So, Jay and Braun kind of brawl on the outside. He then, Jay's on a different part of the barricade, and some dude grabs his shoulder, and he's saying, come on, Jay. Come on, man, you got this. And this guy ends up being infamous Tongaloa. And Jay super kicks him. Tama Tonga then jumps the barricade, and Jay super kicks him as well. Solo, pissed, hops the barricade, and he's telling him, I'm trying to help you. What are you doing? I'm trying to help you. Braun runs around the ring. Jay moves, and Solo gets super speared.
God damn it. All Bros Over from Friday is gone.
Oh, it's gone.
It's
And then, all of a sudden, from over the barricade, after Solo gets speared, you just see this giant-eyed Samoan werewolf that is just seething, rather, because Braun Breaker just speared his tribal chief. These two, Braun goes to get in the ring, and he realized Jacob hopped the barricade. These two have a stare down that made me say, oh shit, out loud to myself.
Dude, I think how everyone's interaction with the new bloodline is an interaction with Solo and then an interaction with Jacob that gets the pop of the night. Every
100%.
time.
100%.
It's crazy.
Solo gets super speared, and then we get a badass face-off with Jacob and Braun.
Like, come on, dog.
So, Jay, as these two were about to start wailing on each other, Jay hits a suicide dive, throws, Jacob goes flying over the announce table. He gets Braun in the ring, hits him with a spear, and a splash, kick out by Braun. The Tongans then get involved. They then get ejected by the referee, and Jay is on the outside. He goes for a super spear on Braun Breaker. He goes to run around the ring, and he is met with a Fatu super kick. He is met with a Fatu super kick. He super kicks him. He Samoan drops him on the table. And the ref doesn't see this because he's too busy with the Tongans. And he Samoan drops Jay on the table. And Jacob picks Solo up off the ground and starts walking him out of the arena. And Braun gets Jay in the ring, bounces off the ropes about 2 or 3 times, spears him into oblivion, and 1, 2, 3, Braun Breaker is your new WWE Intercontinental Champion, man. As Jey Uso now is going to have to revert to some bloodline business, bro, as there's also been a certain honorary Uso that's been missing off of television as well.
Definitely, man. It's interesting. Things are really heating up, man. He lost the IC title. And what happened is exactly what he didn't want to happen. He went to, dissolve the situation so he doesn't get involved. That got the attention on him, which got him roped into it, man. So I'm excited. It's going in great places, and can't wait for War Games, dude.
This shit is going... Dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm coining it right now, bro. That The Ones Are Back shirt, that shit's going to be a banger.
Oh, dude, that's going to be so fire, dog.
I cannot wait. I could see it already. The Ones Are Back. Ah,
man.
That's going to fucking hit. Oh, boy, is that going to be a piece of merch. Man. But, bro, this was amazing. This was amazing, man. I love this. I love every bit of story that went into this. Jay told Solo on Friday, next time you see me, it's going to be different. Well, Solo took that to heart, and he costed him the IC championship. And now it looks like things are going to be heating up, man. Things are going to be heating up. And I know a lot of people wanted Jay to save Jimmy and Roman on Friday. I'm glad he didn't. Why would you blow your load like that?
No, it didn't make sense for him to save him.
Yep, you need to keep the weeks going where Jay is, not going to save them, and he's sort of just doesn't want to get involved with this stuff. But now they got involved with his stuff to the point where now he lost the championship he worked so hard to get, and he lost it now. And I'm sure there will be hell to pay for it, bro. But this was a tremendous ending to Monday Night Raw. And overall, what was a pretty mid episode of Monday Night Raw, man. A lot of the good stuff basically came at the end with the Bloodline saga. And again, there was some good riddled stuff in there, the War Raiders vignette and whatnot. But for the most part, man, this episode of Raw, it was decent, bro. The Rollins and Reed stuff was good as well. But overall, man, too, a couple head scratching decisions on this show as well that just left me just saying, what the fuck, man? What are you doing, bro? But other than that, man, yeah, I easily thought the ending to this show made the show, to be honest, man. I thought it made the show. It was the whole bit of excitement around the show was everybody wanted to see what happened with the IC title match anyway, and we got it, and it was great. It was great, man. It was very good. Obviously, Jay lost the belt. It was a token win anyway, and who knows, man, maybe when he actually does get a legit world title reign, it is going to be when he gets a legit title reign, it's going to be for a world title down the line if we ever get to that point with him, man. But no, I'm glad he got the IC title. I'm glad he got it, man, and I'm glad he has that under his belt now. And yeah, it was a good match, man, and an even better story told within it.
100%. Did great. Love the direction they're going with Jay, with the bloodline, with all of this. And I can't wait to see how this evolves further.
Definitely, bro. And with that, man, that is gonna do it for this edition of NHP Unscripted, man. This has been episode 218 here on today's episode of Unscripted, man. And thank you guys so very much for joining us, bro. Thank you to everybody who came out. Flex, Naysayers, Filthy Rank. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And yeah, that is going to do it, bro. So with that, it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny.
And I, Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of NHP, another edition of Unscripted. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Thank you guys, man. We love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you all on Friday with the news.
Peace.